Fall 2024, my wife and I decided to try our first bikepacking trip. It was a 3-night semi-separated trip starting in Saint-Jean, Quebec, with the final destination of Nominingue, a distance of about 190 kilometers. We took advantage of a luggage shuttle service which transported one medium suitcase between nightly destinations. Here are some glimpses of our trip, captured on an Insta360 X3 camera mounted on my handlebar. While biking through St. Jerome, I noticed how the car drivers would yield to cyclists on the path when we were crossing the roads. I thought this was strange, especially coming from Ontario, where cyclists usually have to fend for themselves. Later, checking Google Maps, it turns out where the path crossed the road, the cars have a yield sign to the Petit Train du Nord. That is so cool.
How's it going?
Good.
Good.
People go fast.
What?
People go fast.
Yeah. You can go ahead for a bit.
Once out of town, the trail turned to a crushed gravel surface. I prefer riding on this type. If the municipality doesn't have the money to maintain or redo the asphalt, gravel surfaces are generally somewhat self-healing, without jarring bumps from frost heaves. Also, it's way cheaper to occasionally grade a gravel road versus repaving asphalt to repair frost damage. Other options for crossing major traffic arteries were large tunnels decorated in French graffiti. These were well lit and very wide.
Does my tailbag swing much or not really? You booting it?
No, the rain's coming.
Oh, turkeys.
Just around Raymond Lake, with about 17 kilometers to go before our hotel, it started to drizzle. Before long, the drizzle turned into rain. We rode the last 12 kilometers in the rain, and I was completely drenched by the time we pulled into our hotel. Luckily, our luggage arrived, and we were able to check in early. We stored the bikes in a small log shed where I plugged in Julie's bike, a 2023 Trek Demone Plus AL5, a road bike with a 250 watt 40 Newton meter hub motor, outfitted with gravel tires. Once plugged in, it started flashing 5 red bars on the battery display. This was concerning, as this had never happened before. A quick Google search did not come up with any definitive diagnosis. After the rain subsided, we walked 20 minutes into town for dinner at a nice microbrewery. The next morning we were greeted by blue skies and a continental breakfast delivered to our hotel room. Julie's e-bike had charged fine, and other than the flashing red lights when first turned on, she didn't notice anything wrong with it. Back home, we would find out that the flashing lights was a reminder that it was due for its 1,500 kilometer service. We followed the shores of Lac de Sable and meandered through mazes of bike paths and city streets to reconnect to the Petit Train du Nord.
Yeah.
On the way back to the Petit Train du Nord, we encountered a 600-meter climb where the gradient topped 12%.
Holy cow! That was steep.
Luckily, what goes up must come down.
We are like so close to it. Maybe this is like maybe we'll walk the bikes down here. What?
Google Maps said this turn, but I thought it was a road.
Oh.
And then it redirected us onto that super highway.
Once back on the path, we were greeted by kilometers and kilometers of smooth asphalt. I don't think this has seen a winter yet. There weren't any cracks along the surface.
Oh, it's a dog thing.
Dogs aren't allowed on here.
The weather was perfect for riding. The skies were blue, it wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. Trees on either side protected us from any wind that might be in the air. The only thing I regret was not bringing allergy pills. There must be something in Quebec I'm allergic to. I had sniffles pretty much the whole ride. We continued along with views of hills and fall colors in all directions. Being that the path was along a defunct railroad, the climbs never exceeded 3% grade. We were also getting spoiled by the pristine condition of the asphalt.
Is it pointing to the sky?
It points everywhere.
Oh.
It's 360 degrees. Here, I'll do one more. Take a photo. Take a photo. If not, I'll edit it later.
About 2/3 of the day's riding done, we pulled into Station Saint-Jovite, where we checked out the giant bike shop and had a light lunch at the Corner Cafe.
Going right.
25-minute ride, is it?
What?
25-minute ride to get there?
I don't know. Might be. No, I doubt it. I think it's only 6 kilometers. There's some uphill.
6.5 kilometers.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it seems that the battery on the Insta360 died just as we were leaving the village to climb up to the resort. It did take about 25 minutes to climb the 6 kilometers, including navigating a short detour. Once checked into the hotel, we walked around the resort, had dinner, and then a good hot tub soak at the end of the evening before a good night's sleep.
Clear.
It was about a 6 kilometers of hilly riding to get from our hotel down to Petit Train du Nord trail. We rolled through still wooded areas beside golf courses still shrouded in morning fog. Once down at the trail, it followed the eastern shore of Lac Mercier.
Nice. We got some uphill now, which is 20 meters worth. Maybe we'll stop somewhere and take a picture. That fog is kind of cool. Okay. Good morning. You can go fast if you want, I'll follow you, but...
I think we were going 10, okay, now we're going almost 9.
We were going 18 or 20. You must be in miles.
The line jumps around, now it's up to 21.
Oh. Yeah, we're going 21.
Yeah, I like it. I didn't want to be going 10 the whole way, I don't know why I was saying 10.
Oh, maybe your thing doesn't pick up in the tree cover. There's a Prime Day, I think, this week. Maybe we'll see if there's a bike computer for Christmas or something. Just click it so it flashes. Pardon?
Do you go in this direction?
Yeah.
You will have to turn around at kilometer 105.
Okay.
because they are doing the asphalt.
Okay.
Or you can take the old road, the
Okay.
detour.
Okay.
That's a 10-kilometer detour.
Okay.
You see the orange.
Okay. Yeah, we're trying to go to Nominingue today.
Huh?
We're trying to go to Nominingue today.
Yeah, you're on the right path.
Yeah.
But
So follow the arrow, the orange arrow.
yeah,
Okay.
if you want to go to Nominingue,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you better take the detour
Okay.
Okay.
by the road.
Okay.
There.
Thank you.
That's about
road?
yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
This road, and then you turn on your right.
Okay.
Okay.
You see, it will. You follow the
Okay.
Okay.
orange sign,
Okay.
Thank you.
and then you have that's a 10-kilometer
Okay.
detour
Okay.
before you get back on the
Okay.
All right.
bicycle path.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Have a nice day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good thing we stopped. Okay. Now you can do your Google Maps.
It turned out to be about a 30-minute detour on quiet country roads, with not much traffic. Through the trees, we could see workers laying down new asphalt on the Petit Train du Nord. We stopped on this bridge and took a few minutes to enjoy the scenery and look at the fast-moving water as I played with my Insta360 camera.
I don't know how this works. This thing here.
We ended up arriving at the bed and breakfast near Nominingue too early to check in, so we biked a little further and purchased some snacks in town and took in more views of the rivers and lakes in the area. The bed and breakfast had 5 other guests staying the night, all cyclists, including one couple from Michigan on a tandem bike. The other guests were all headed south towards Saint-Germain, and they were at the start of their cycling vacation. We had a wonderful dinner and good conversation with the other guests who told us about their other cycling holidays. The next day, after a fancy breakfast, we headed south to Rivière Rouge to meet the shuttle at noon, which would take us back to our vehicle in Saint-Germain.